Hello, hello! Do you know this feeling that you feel overwhelmed making content? You don't know if your blog posts and your social media go together, and you don't know if it fits with what you're actually wanting to sell, and it just feels like so much? Well, in this video I want to show you how to content plan with ease and make it fast and even fun. Hi, my name is Natalie and I'm here to save you from trying to figure out what kind of content to create. I help creative entrepreneurs create money-making content that leads to fabulous products and services. And today we're going to talk about one of the most important elements of doing just that: planning your content. You don't want to be coming up with your content on the spot, because it makes it harder to come up with the content. It's going to be harder to have quality content, and it's going to be harder to have content that fits together and fits with what you want to sell. But planning can feel so daunting and overwhelming. And so in this video, I want to show you the steps to make content planning easy and fun. Ooh, and don't forget fast. So let's go. So to be able to show you these steps and how I plan my content, I'll be using my content library and planner templates, which you can get as well, and I will link to them in the description below. So first we need to decide when we're going to sell what. I have a little planning document that I will use to plan out my months and weeks when it comes to content and sales periods and launching new products, just so I have a bit of an overview of what's going on when. And I'm going to plan October with you, and for October I want to focus on content till the 23rd of October, and then the 24th going forward. Into November it will be all around marketing. And in October I also have my birthday on the 14th, and I will be doing a little sale around my birthday. So I want to keep that in mind when planning my content, of course, as well. So those are the things I need to be mindful of while planning my content for October. So step 2 is brainstorming content that is all about the products or services or whatever it is that you're going to sell, and come up with good ideas for content to make or remake and see what you already have that you can reuse. So one of the things I'm going to focus on in October is content, and especially the content library templates, which I'm showing you now, and this video will show in October, so that'll make sense. But also my magical content day, my 50 plus personalized content IDs. All of these are services that have to do with content, and so I can see which content I already have that's around content, or I can come up with new ideas, like how I plan my content really fast. So I will make a list of ideas of content that I have or can reuse, or that I can make. To see what I already have, I will use this view, which is content to plan, which is all this content that I have that's either it's time to renew, or ideas that I have that I haven't used yet. Of course, this is not a complete template with everything that I have content-wise, but it shows a bit of what's going on. So for instance, I have 7 tips to write great blog posts, which the latest, or the last time I updated it was in the 1st of September of 2020, which I could already renew, but I'm not really feeling that. I do have the content calendar blog, which is from the 1st of October of 2019. And I think I'm going to update that one and use it. I'm definitely going to make how content creation has changed. I'm also doing a video on how to plan content. And I'll just keep brainstorming. And what I'm doing is coming up with mostly what they call long form content, which is blogs or videos or anything that's really long, that's more in-depth. Okay, so now I have a good list of blog posts and videos I could make, and I have some ideas of what I want to talk about. Another way to brainstorm this is just to take your whole list of products and services and anything you do and start writing out as many as you can per service or per product, so that you know that you can link to those, and then add categories to those later. So I actually have 4 categories: business, marketing, content, and social and web. Social web is one category. And so a lot of times I will just, first of all, if I get an idea, I will make sure that I write it down immediately, because you never know if it's going to be interesting to use at some point. But a lot of times when I'm in the mood, I will just sit down and take 20, maybe 30 minutes and write out as many content ideas as I can. And I'm not worried about titles yet, or just a topic, so that I remember what I was going to talk about. And if I want, I can even add a little note so that I really don't forget what I wanted to talk about or what specific point I wanted to make. So you can do it either now, if you don't have any yet, or if you just have a moment and you're like, okay, I'm just going to brainstorm as much as I can and get it all out so that I have it for future, you can do that as well. So that was step 2. Step 2 was brainstorming your content and making a list of all the ideas that fit with what you're going to sell in the next month or in the next period that you're planning for. And step 3 is planning out the long form content. So as I said before, long form content is things that go more in depth. So it could be a video like this, or a blog post, or sometimes a newsletter if it goes in depth. It is anything that's free. So we're talking free content here. So we're talking maybe a free webinar, but not a paid training or masterclass. Long form is anything that's more in depth, but it's free. And step 3 is when I have a few topics that I can talk about, and I'm going to plan when I'm posting them. So this video is actually going live on the last day of September, because that's just how the calendar worked out. So I need to come up with the next few videos, and it's good to know that I post a chat with someone every 3 weeks, so I have to keep that in mind as well. So I will go to my content planner, which shows part of October. So here I have how to plan out your content ideas, and then I have my behind the scenes blog post for September, and then I have a creative chat with Sandra. So these 3 are already planned in. So I need something for the 7th and the 21st when it comes to content video, the video content that is about content. But so I need 2 videos around content, and I need 2 blog posts around content, and I need 1 blog post and 1 video around marketing. So content to plan, 2 blog posts around content, and 2 videos. And so my videos are going to be how to get inspired. That sounds like a good video to do. And we're going to post that one for the 14th. And then one for the 21st. That's going to be this one. And then they disappear because they have a date. So even though they're still ideas, they disappear from this view. And I need 2 blog posts, and I'm going to do blog posts that are already, I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do this one, which is the 13th of September. And then I'm going to do this one, 20th of September. And so now we can see, oh wait, did I say September? I did, didn't I? Yep. Okay, so now that I fixed my mistakes, you can see I have videos for most of October, but no marketing yet, and blog posts. Now, don't think you have to post every week. My schedule is that I post a video every week on Thursday, and I blog when I want to. So I might say, okay, I'm doing this, and then think, oh, that's too much, and I'm going to lose this one, for instance. I don't post a blog every week, so I can play a bit with that, but the videos are coming out every week, and that's a promise to you and to myself that I'm just going to make sure that I do that. Okay, so we need one marketing video and one blog post for the end of the month. Okay, so I have added my blog post and my video for October for marketing, and then I realized that this will be another creative chat, and then I wanted another video where I already knew that I wanted it, so I added it in so that I don't forget to add it in. So the first 3 steps that we've done so far are decide what we're selling and when, to brainstorm content that fits that. So in my case, it was mostly content related content and a little bit of marketing, and then plan in the long form content and give them dates. So that's what we did. We gave them dates and we planned them from here so that we could see the content long form IDs. So what you could do now as part of step 3 is coming up with like a draft or an outline or just some bullet points for each of these long form IDs so that you know what you're going to talk about, and it makes it easier to come up with the social media content, but you don't need to. A lot of times I don't, but I have clients who do this when I've taught them. And I also know it's a helpful way to come up with your content. So if you want to, that's something you could do, but it's not necessary if you want to go the fast route. So then it's time for step 4. And what I actually do most of the time for step 4 is I have this content library and planner template, which I have in Airtable. And I use the Airtable app for that. But you can also do it in a web form. So what I will do most of the time is to make half of my screen the Airtable app and half of my screen the Airtable library on the web app, just so I can have that as a reference. You don't need to, it's just because I like to see what I thought of, because I forget really easily. You can also just write down the dates if that's easier for you on a notepad, or just flip back and forth because it's only 2 different tabs. I will move to social media and others here, and I will use the content planner here for October so that I can see what I have planned. And I will use my content planner for October, and I can see that I have the 1st of October, I have planned to share my video, and then there's nothing. So what I will do is I'll start off with anything I want to link to, the blog posts and the videos. So the 5th, I will have behind the scenes blog post that I want to link to. And then the 7th, I want to talk about how to get inspired and link to the video. And I will do the same for the other blog posts and videos that I have here. Sometimes I will go and just say, hey, I have a new blog post. Here it is. And sometimes something will trigger me to think about it differently. So I have a blog post planned here, which is called How Content Creation Has Changed. And instead of just saying, here's how content has changed, I am probably going to ask, do you feel content creation has changed, and how? Okay, so I have added in all the blog posts and videos, and as you can see, sometimes I will do them directly on the day of, and sometimes I will move them over a day. And this is not final, it's just when I think I'm going to do, what I'm going to do when, and then I'll go to my content planner list. So I have set the filter to show only things that are after the 1st of October. And I'm actually meaning is on or after, so that we also see the 1st of October. And what you see is that it says informative. So if it's a tip or a trick, it's called informative content, and I will link to, I will say that this is informative content. So this is actually behind the scenes content. And this is how to get inspired. And then we just talked about, do you feel content creation has changed? That's a question. That's not me telling that it is. So instead of informative, that will be engaging. So there are actually 6 types of content that you can use for your social media posts. Informative, inspiring, engaging, your story, behind the scenes, and sales. And I have a free download that you can get in the description below, where I will talk all about these 6 types of content, how you can use them as a creative. And it gives you even a few options, a few tips on what to use for each of these types. So check it out, it's in the description below, and it will help you come up with content even faster. Okay, so let's get back to the video real quick and finish this content planning. There's 3 steps left to it. So the 5th step is brainstorming the rest of this content. I've already added one, which is it's my birthday tomorrow, because that will be the day the sale starts. Just a little tip for you, because that's the 13th of October. So that'll be a sales post. And now I can come up and make sure that I have a good balance of different types of content. So what I will do a lot of times is go back to my content planner and just think, okay, so this is informative. I want a bit of content here, and I'll just leave them empty. And then there and here and there. And I will just play, and I'll have 4 or 5 per week and just play around with it a bit, like it feels nice. So that looks good. So now if we go back to my content planner list, you can see it's more spread out evenly. And you can also see informative is every other time. So I might try and change one of these to be more either engaging or inspiring, just to change it up a bit. Sometimes I'll just only add the type of content for now and not bother with the topic yet. So once I have filled this, I will come into my library of all the content that I already have, or content IDs I already have for my social media, or brainstorm some based on my long form posts. So I will do that, and I will be back soon. So I have my content dates planned, and now they all have a topic as well as a type. And that's it for the planning. Now I can go and create and then schedule these up. And there's a few ways to do that, and I want to tell you about it because I think it's important to know that there's not just one way to do this. Once I have my planning, 1 month I'll be like, okay, I'm going to shoot my videos first, and then I'm going to do my blog post, and then I'm going to do my social media posts. And sometimes it's like, okay, it's this part of the month and I just need to do the first few for the next week. So maybe in October I will have pre-planned the first few, and then it's the 5th of October and I need to do that week of social media posts. And maybe hopefully I've already done the blog post and the video for that week. Maybe I'm only ahead 1 week for those 2. So don't feel like you have to do it all at once per item. It can be easier to do all your filming and your editing, or all your blog post writing and editing and making graphics all at once. It's easier for your head, but sometimes you just need to think, okay, what's the next thing I have to do to keep this schedule? And then the other thing I want to tell you is it's a planning. It's not a schedule that you have to keep to. It's not set in stone. It happens more than enough that I decide, oh, I should do these 2 another way around, or okay, this blog post is just not happening this month. I have too much on my plate. There's something happening which I had it planned to write this Thursday, and it's just not going to happen. So give yourself that grace and that flexibility so that you have the option to move things around or change. But at least you have a planning so it's easier to write this content ahead of time, not feel stressed, and have a plan of what you're trying to sell and to tell people. So thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see more videos of me. Like I said in this video, I am posting every week on Thursday. And don't forget to download your free resource with the 6 content types. If you want to see another video, click here. I know it's going to be great. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.